Good evening. I call the West Mead Township Board of Supervisors meeting for April 2022 to order. Roll call.
Jordan?
Here.
Chartle?
Here.
Bovard?
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Smile.
Please note that all supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Is there any public comment on agenda items? Hearing none, please note that public comment will also be received during each agenda item and at the end of the meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve the March 8th, 2022 study session and regular meeting minutes as presented in our packets.
So moved. Second?
Any discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report for March 2022 and approve the payment of bills in the amount of $136,542.40, subject to audit.
So moved. Second?
Discussion on that motion.
Paying monthly bills.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Okay, on to the municipal reports. Police Chief Chip Brown.
Good evening. For the month of March, we had 121 complaints, with 111 of those cleared. There were 6 hours spent in the school zone for traffic watch. Traffic watch and patrol in the township was 179 and a half hours. There was 109 and a half hours spent in the office and doing reports. 64 hours was spent on investigative time. 2 hours was spent in court. There was 25 and a half hours spent in miscellaneous time for meetings and running to the lab at the hearing. There was 1 hour of training. There were a total of 72 traffic stops with 36 citations being issued, 8 for speeding, 8 for stop sign, 1 for faulty equipment, 1 for financial responsibility, 4 for driving under suspension, 3 for driving without a license, 3 for inspection violations, 1 for unregistered vehicle, 5 for careless driving, 1 for operating a vehicle at safe speed, and 1 for left vehicle of abandonment. There were also 36 warnings issued, 2 for speeding, 12 for stop signs, 9 for faulty equipment, 1 for expired registration, 6 for inspection violation, 1 for careless driving, 1 for parking violation, 1 warning for ATV on the roadway, 1 obstructed windshield or plate, and 2 turning signal violations. We were requested 3 times to assist other police departments. We assisted fire EMS twice. We assisted other agencies twice. There were 2 calls of requests to speak to an officer. There was 1 general office information received and 5 house checks. There was 1 reportable motor vehicle accident investigated and 4 animal complaints. There was 1 suicide investigation, 1 corruption of minor, 2 DUI investigations, 2 frauds, 1 criminal mischief complaint, 2 burglaries, 1 theft, 1 PICS weapons denial investigation, 1 PFA violation, or I'm sorry, 2 PFA violations, 3 domestic disturbance calls, 1 trespassing complaint, 7 harassment complaints, 1 missing or attempt to locate, 1 suspicious vehicle check, 3 suspicious persons check. We answered 1 residential alarm, assisted with 2 disabled vehicles, 2 items of property were recovered, and 1, check welfare call. There are 2 misdemeanor arrests for DUIs that were charged. and total miles of the vehicles was 3,032 miles.
Any questions or comments for Chief Brown?
We did just finish up our mandatory Act 180 training by the state. We hosted it here at the township like we do every year. Everybody passed, no issues. Mercyhurst and the instructor, Mike Sliker, would like to thank the township for hosting the training, and the instructor himself, he's come for a number of years, and he likes the setup. He likes, we open everything up, not only the kitchenette and, but he just likes we supply all, the stuff for the training, and he comes in and kind of makes it his house for a couple days.
Are you having a hard time saying fresh donuts?
They were free.
I'm trying to help you along there.
Yeah, they were free. Were your guys complaining?
Not with their mouth full.
Chip, I see that the number of incidents, complaints for the month of March is almost as many as we had for January and February combined.
Well, we were short manpower for the first 2 months.
Okay.
And so now Shane's on board, so we have the 2 full-time guys. Seth was working, but now he's on to his full-time job. But, if you put them out there and have them work, calls still come in. Whether we get them or they get deferred to the state, we can only show them if we handle them.
Okay.
So.
Any update on the 2022 Cruiser? I assume it's been ordered.
It's ordered, the bin's been, I believe it's been built, but they're waiting on a chip. The story you hear all the time. But, it's in production. I haven't really heard that it's been pushed back too far. So I think we're still going with somewhat the same time frame with end of April, May and June delivery.
And then will it be able to get right into the upfitter, or will that
As
have?
far as I know, it's already been scheduled. Their mechanics and Ibis Tech are talking with each other, so it's already got a spot. It's just a matter of getting it in and
Gotcha.
getting it.
Have they held your pricing, or don't you know?
As far as I know, they've held the pricing.
Is
I
that right?
haven't got anything different. Yeah, they haven't notified me of any increase.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
And then once we take delivery here, then we have some stuff we do in-house to it. Get the V-spec, wired in for the timing device and different, little things that we do before we actually put it in service. So,
Sounds good. Any other questions or comments for Chief Brown? Thank you very much, Chip. John, with the road report for the last month?
From March 8th till today, we actually had 7 days of actual winter maintenance that put us out there either plowing or putting down some thawing agents to keep roads clean and clear and passable. We again have been continuously cold patching roads. This year seems to be a little bit more aggressive with the potholes. So we're trying to stay on top of that as much as we can. As soon as the blacktop plants open up, we've got some areas that we need to put some hot mix down and try to fix a little bit better. We had to take care of a number of trees down in the township and clean up brush from wind and rain and whatnot. And also we've had a number of plugged ditches, drains and culverts, which is due to us not having the leaf back just yet. We would have used it for a spring cleanup, which would have been helpful, but we're getting close, but we should know more this week or next week on a delivery date of that. We also started our spring cleanup in the township, which is repairing plow damage that occurred throughout the winter. And we've also been sweeping streets and cleaning up excess debris. We had a number of road signs, posts, delineator posts, and the caution lights and the stop lights in the township that we repaired. We actually tried to address every road sign in the township, because believe it or not, after the winter and the wind, they were just leaning and unsturdy and unstable. So we managed to hit both sides of the township and get those cleaned up and in better shape. And I just wanted to give a heads up to the residents that we're going to be starting prep work for our 2022 paving season, and possibly, maybe even later this week or the first of next week. But we intend on trying to, and it's still up in the air depending on prices, but we will be daylighting Meadowland Drive, Graft Ave Extension, and Arthur Hill. And again, like I said, we will be daylighting the road, which is trying to get as much daylight on the surface as we possibly can to try to keep the roads in better condition after we do the paving. And we're going to also be cutting shoulders and berms, and we're going to inspect driveway pipes, cross pipes, and stuff of that nature. So if we come across any driveway pipes or culverts that need to be replaced, either myself or I may even have the girls try to contact to have people call in here to make arrangements if the pipe's bad to be replaced. Because, once we put that kind of money in a project, we sure don't want to come back 2, 3, 4 weeks later, with heavy machinery and start replacing driveway pipes. So we're going to try to do it all as we go. So anyhow, that's the plan, and that was our month.
Okay, any questions for John? Sounds good. Thank you, John. Jill, with the zoning report for the month?
For the month of March, there were 4 permits, 1 residential addition for $149,000, 1 residential garage for $48,000, 1 residential agricultural barn for $42,000, and a commercial renovation for $63,500. Total value was $302,500. We've also been working on cleanup day and trying to get some properties cleaned up. Had some good success with a property that's been vacant, so we're working on them.
It's a good start right there
Yes.
for the year.
Okay, any questions or comments for Jill? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the first item of regular business. I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-4, adopting and authorizing to sign the municipal statement of revival to revive the Meadville Area Recreation Authority for an additional term not exceeding 50 years with the city of Meadville and Vernon Township.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion on that motion? Jill, can you provide a little bit of background on that? I know we've discussed it one-on-one. Alan, you want Alan to?
Essentially, the Rec Authority is established under the Municipal Authorities Act of Pennsylvania as it existed whenever it was formed. Was it 1970? And under that act, your existence only lasts 50 years unless you file for either a revival in this case or a change to the Articles of Incorporation. And so this is a methodology by which the life of the authority can be extended. And it needs to be done, or otherwise you're unable to get loans and those kinds of things.
Right.
So.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Okay, the second item, I will entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-5, adopting and encouraging the development and coordination of America 250 PA in commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the United States of America in 2026, and acknowledging Pennsylvania's integral role in the events and the impact on our nation's past, present, and future. Anyone want to make that a motion?
Yes, I will.
I will second that motion.
And discussion on that. I'm assuming this is something PSATs or somebody else wants us to do.
Yeah, it's, if it wasn't a request from PSATs, we may not, do it, but PSATs is trying to get everybody involved, not just, this would be specific to Pennsylvania, but they've got a committee kind of nationwide, different senators, representatives, and even some people. They're trying to be more inclusive.
Any more discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. Item number 3, review the Antiskid and Aggregate quotes.
You want a motion first, or you just want to?
Well, let's review them and then we'll go
Okay.
for motion.
Jill?
Want me to read down through them?
Sure.
We had 7 different entities that gave us quotes. We did it under the PSATs and the DGS state program to receive quotes instead of actually bidding it out. There was Meadville Ready Mix, got the bid for the AS1 anti-skid at $9.73 a ton delivered. Their price on AS1 FOB was $6.99. For 2RC gravel delivered, Meadville Ready Mix for $10.78, and the 2RC gravel at the plant is $7.40. Hillside Stone was low quote for the 2A limestone delivered at $25.75 a ton, and the 2A limestone picked up at the plant for $14.50. Allegheny Mineral was the number 8 type A FOB for $21. Number 9 type A limestone delivered $28.50. Number 9 picked up for $17.50. Hawbaker was $31.35 for the number 8 type A delivered. And then Hasbrook got the remainder, which was the AS2 anti-skid delivered for $11.49 a ton. The AS2 picked up at the plant, $6 a ton. 2A gravel delivered at $12.49. And the 2A gravel picked up at the plant, $8 a ton. Number 8 type C delivered, $15.35. Number 8 type C picked up for $10, and then the number 57s type C delivered $15.69, and the number 57 type C picked up at the plant $12 a ton. And we have these available if anybody has any questions or wants to see copies. I know I gave one to
We
Mike.
do this every year. I mean, it's our materials that we use throughout the year. Antiskid and 2A and 2RC and 2A limestone we use a fair amount of. And the 1B, 1%, the LBW is lost by wash. It has to be clean in order to use it for oil. So, they're up a little bit, but it is what it is.
Not as bad as I
Not as bad,
expected.
not as bad, right. Yeah, I expected to see some other stuff too, but,
Yeah.
no. And if you're ready for a motion, Don, I'm ready to make that motion.
Okay, so essentially, we're going to buy the Aggregate and the Anti-Skid, the different categories from the low bidder for each one. I'll entertain that motion to award contracts for the Anti-Skid and the Aggregates to the low bidders for each respective
So moved.
commodity.
Second.
Any other discussion? Glad I don't have to read all that. Thank you for reading it, Jill. Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Item number 4. Entertain a motion to accept the resignation of David Kennedy from the West Mead Township Zoning Hearing Board, effective immediately.
I'll make that motion.
Second. A discussion.
He's not a resident anymore, is he?
No.
Okay.
he's Moved to a summer home, or whatever you want to call
Right.
it.
I did not know that. Well, good for Mr. Kennedy. Any other discussion? We have anybody interested in being his replacement?
We have a few people that, because we have a list sometimes of people that are interested in different board members, but I haven't got a confirmation yet, and I have it on here to kind of make people aware that
Okay.
if anybody's interested.
The only thing I'd like to say is I'd like to say thank you to Dave. He's been around West Mead Township a lot of years. He definitely is going to be missed as far as I'm concerned. He was always paying attention to what was going on in the township and the county, and he had a heart for it. And personally, I want to say thank you to him. I will miss him, and I will miss his input.
I'll echo those sentiments.
Yep.
Known Mr. Kennedy an awfully long time. He was a teacher at the high school when I was there. I don't know if he's probably not old enough to have been there when you guys were there. Oh, okay.
Yep.
He's older than he looks.
Okay, so are you. Touche.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes.
You know, Donnie, one of your bosses is sitting back there. I think we could make.
I'm
your
older
life-
than he is.
You may be. We could make your life pretty rough.
All right, please note that cleanup day will be held at the Crawford County Fairgrounds on Saturday, May 21st, 2022, from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. We will not be accepting propane tanks, loose shingles, or uncontained small items, but we will accept batteries. Computers, televisions, and other electronic items will not be accepted. Lincoln Recycling does accept those at a cost when items are taken directly to them. And we have another note, the West Mead Township Zoning Hearing Board is seeking interested residents to serve on that board. And we also like to keep a list of interested individuals should any opening occur on any of our other boards as well. For additional information, please contact Jill Dunlap, our secretary, by phone at 814-336-1271 or by email at westmead@westmead.org. Okay, at this time, I'll open it up for public comment. Do we have any public comment this evening? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to supervisor's final comment. Mike?
I don't have anything tonight.
John?
For spring weather.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I'm hoping for. The only thing I got to have to say is hopefully winter's over. We're gonna continue to clean up in the township as much as we can. I know every winter we create some issues.
Yeah.
You know, we make clean roads, but we also have a fair amount of plow damage, and we try to address it all. So if you think we've missed something, give us a call. I know that we've cleaned a fair amount of loose stone out of some yards and berms and whatnot. And again, we'll do the best we can, but we don't have, you know, the equipment that will take every speck out of every yard. So again, hopefully winter's over with, and the only thing now, we're looking forward to cleanup day, and I hope a lot of people take advantage of it. I know there's a tremendous amount of people, and I'll say it, out on Franklin Pike that need to clean up. And utilize that cleanup day. We'll be happy to help you as much as we can. When you get there, just ask for you to use it. Clean up, please, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, John. I don't have anything this evening either. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
May I,
Oh,
shall we go back into the work session that we,
Yes.
and in addition,
entertain a motion to adjourn.
and if I may I request a small, brief executive session relating to the existing litigation that we're involved in?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're going to adjourn and resume the public study session, and then have an executive session following that. Entertain that motion.
Yes. Yes, first, second.
Motion by John, seconded by Mike. Discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.